Welcome, everyone, to episode 2 of We Might Be Crazy. We Might Be Crazy is a series of conversations where I talk to folks across Twitch and YouTube who are currently aspiring to make content creation their full time job or are doing the thing full time already. I have with me a very special guest today, Tanuki. Hello.
Hello! Thanks so much for having me. This is really exciting.
I kind of want to start with the story of how we met.
Okay, well, we both stream on Twitch, and I had heard of you through, other Australian people who watched me because I streamed really late. It was basically Australia time. And then it was your birthday, and I happened to be ending, so I was like, oh my god, look at Aiden in his taco suit, let's raid! And then we went for it, and you were a little out of it, but it was very fun.
Glad you mentioned the taco suit because that's very on brand.
Yeah, it's a Twitch musician thing. I have like 5 onesies.
Wait, wait. We're gonna come back to that, but I'm wow. Okay, five onesies. Oh, no. I'm not gonna get distracted. Tell us a bit about your stream and kind of what you do on Twitch.
Okay, sure. So I named myself Tanuki because I freaking love raccoons, as you can see. My real name is Vivian. I have been a casual musician all my life, just you know, singing choirs and for fun, making covers. I started playing piano when I was 5, thanks to my parents who forced me to. And basically, my friends knew I'd been doing music as a hobby for such a long time, but never putting myself out there. Uh, because I'm super perfectionistic, so I couldn't really make YouTube videos that I was happy with, so I ended up never posting anything. So I decided to give Twitch a push with the help of I gave Twitch a try with a push from my friends. That's what I meant to say. And then I committed to just doing one night a week. Tanuki Thursdays, that was my thing. And then somehow I grew to this size, like it was totally unplanned. So I'm super blessed and shocked even that I came this far without planning it.
I love that so much. So I'd love to understand like how do you think Viv of
Mhm.
how long ago did you start on Twitch?
Uh, June of 2021. Yeah, so almost 2 years ago. Holy crap! I can't believe it.
Like where
It is.
I know COVID was a bit of a black hole for everyone, but like actually like how where is time going? But how would you think Vivian of 2 years ago would feel about where you're at now and what you're doing now?
Oh my gosh, good question. She would definitely think it's crazy. She would
It's insane, right?
Yeah, I think I have, like, grown a lot of confidence even if I don't realize it, and I've developed a lot of habits that I would never have imagined having before, you know? Like, I'm actually really introverted, and I don't like putting myself out there. I barely even post on social media, but I'm working on it. So the idea of putting myself out there, like, multiple times a week for hours at on end is kind of antithetical to like my real self, but it's been really fun and it's all thanks to the community that support us. Like it's shocking that people actually care enough to watch.
I have this constant battle in my head where I'm like, good lord, why do people actually show up every single stream to watch me play music? Like why is this happening? This is just insane to me in the brain. Like why?
Internet people think we're cool.
Apparently so. I mean, I think you're pretty cool. That's
Thanks.
why we're talking right now. So
Yo, my best friend said that if she didn't know me, she's known me since Shrek 3 came out. That's a meme. Anyway, she said if she didn't know me, then
wait. You can't just drop. She knows me since three, and then just not explain that. What do you mean by that?
oh my god, it's like a dumb inside joke where I was streaming with my friend who I've known since 2008. And someone on stream asked us, like, how long have we known each other? And we said 2008. And they said, that's when Shrek 3 came out. So that's what we say now. Like, how long have we known each other? Oh, since Shrek 3 came out.
I mean, I feel like Shrek is a pretty big like icon in the Twitch music community, so it kind of
Apparently.
makes
Heck.
sense. Yeah, yeah. I
Hmm.
feel like I've got like at least like 7 or 8 like BTTV emotes that are like Shrek related. So
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't had that, but I get requests for All Star. It's not in my song list though.
you should absolutely add it in.
Is it in
Absolutely
yours?
add it in. It's so I have a single point channel point redemption where instead of singing the
Oh,
entire song,
yeah.
and I just sing "And They Don't Stop Coming" over and over.
Okay, smart. Okay, channel point redeem. I have a Rickroll channel point redeem, and then I think it's like 10K or something, and then I have a cancel Rickroll redeem for 9,999.
That's so clever. You're milking the community of the channel points.
Totally. I used to have, I don't know if you have this. I used to have a custom recording redeem for like 100. First it was 50K, and then I had to up it to 100K because I had so many people redeeming it, and I just didn't have time to make all the recordings. And then at this point, like I've had to remove it because I'm so behind on doing people's recordings, and people were like, "Why did you do this to yourself to start with?"
So I
Uh,
don't have custom recording, but I have recorded cover. Um, so but I can imagine, yes. I mean, you've grown so big over the last 2 years. I imagine it must just get to a point where it's like, I have this whole list of people that want recordings. Ah,
yeah,
how do I keep up?
I know. Yeah, I'm still trying to get through them, and then there are people waiting for me to put the redeem back so they can redeem it immediately as soon as I enable it.
10 people, just like once, like bam, 10 more
Yeah.
recordings. So the biggest question I have, and
Mhm.
this is something that I'm really excited to hear about, is at what point did you realize for yourself? Because obviously, I think you and I probably both started this kind of just wanting a creative outlet, right? Just wanting to
Mhm.
express ourselves with music.
Mhm.
When did you think, oh, this is actually a thing? Like I might be able to do this full time.
Mm. I'd say it's been gradual, but there are probably 2 events that really pushed me in that direction because I was really scared. I was working full time with my data analysis job until like a few months ago. And what pushed me to make the change was my subathon, which my first subathon and only, first and only. It was a huge success, and I really didn't think my community would come through. Like, I think it's pretty hard to make money consistently on Twitch. So, yeah, the fact that like I got support for that, like people really want to see me streaming more often, that was really encouraging. And two, going to TwitchCon, um, meeting so many
Ah,
people from different backgrounds. Yeah, and then hearing all their stories and seeing, wow, other people made it possible. So that means it's not impossible for me if I try. But yeah, it's been a
absolutely.
slow ramp up, like I've told you. It's been a few months since I went part time, and I'm still gradually getting into the habit of doing more music things and like having a more consistent stream schedule. And I'm planning to do an EP, so I'm gonna book a recording studio. I've never done this. Have you?
What I well, I have a friend who kind of has a studio in his bedroom, so it's kind of yes and no, yes
Oh,
and no.
okay, cool. Okay. Oh my god. Well, it must be cheaper. But yeah, I my mod came up with the idea of because he's gonna visit Vancouver. That's where I'm from, Vancouver, Canada. And he was like, "Have you ever thought of doing an EP?" And then he even helped me like research a place to go. And then my community helped me fundraise. And so yeah, my plan is to come up with like a few songs that I want to record in this professional studio and then hopefully put it out. We'll see. Yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations, though. Like when I realized that I could actually fund my music through Twitch, it's like it's such a surreal feeling, just knowing that
Mhm.
people want you to succeed and put music out there, right?
Yeah, I would never have gone down this path if I didn't stream on Twitch. That's for sure.
100%. 100%. It's
Mm.
like we have our own like indie music label kind of working for us.
Yeah, sure. Never thought of it that way, but yeah, sure.
But I know your song Goofball that you put out. How long ago did Goofball come out?
Oh my god, it's been a long ass time actually. That was over a year ago. That's freaking crazy.
But I know you did that on Audacity. Like just the entire thing
Yeah,
on.
I know. Yeah, it was so crazy. Um, so I think it was like 3 a.m. and I just got this impulse to record it. So yeah, I was recording it in Audacity, just very basic ukulele, and then the vocals, and then I decided to throw on some harmonies, and then at some point at like 4 or 5 a.m., my freaking uh, Audacity crashed, and then when I reopened it, I thought I lost my entire project, so I started like sweating and full blown anxiety. But I managed to find like some temp file or whatever, the backup, and I got it back. So thank God. Yeah.
I just love that you got it all on Audacity. That's the first time I've heard of anyone, I guess, recording a song, putting it on Spotify through Audacity. That has to be like a record or something.
I'm not super proud. I have one other song, but it's a cover that's on Spotify. Nothing by Bruno Major that I did a collab with Nathan V. He's amazing if you know him.
It is
And
amazing.
that one we did on Soundtrap. So like no mixing, we just did our parts in Soundtrap and exported it and then I threw it on Spotify.
Is that Spotify's door?
Oh, I think it is. I think it is Spotify's. It's a web-based music production software basically, and you can collab. That's the best part about it. Like two people can work on the project.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's very different to how so I've done a bunch of stuff with you know Mirabelle Jen.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, we've done a bunch of stuff together, and it's basically
Oh,
just like,
cool.
oh, here's my part. I'm gonna send it to you on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. What do you use for your
I use Logic.
Oh,
I
okay.
basically record just guitar and vocals, and then I send it off to Mirabelle to work her magic.
Because
But that sounds
she
really fun though, like really collaborative, like working back and forth on the same project. Yeah.
Mhm. Except, yeah, I'm not good at mixing, so that's why I have like the things I put out haven't been mixed so far. But I've actually had like really nice
Goofball sounds
interactions.
great.
Aw, thanks. Yeah, it's very down to earth, let's say.
So you've mentioned that you went part time at your job about three
Mhm.
months ago.
Yep.
What was the biggest change that you noticed, I guess, in your day to day when you made that change?
Free time. Time is
Crazy
money.
having free.
And yeah, I know. I felt, but okay, I had to go through some stupid mental hurdles of kind of guilt and just not knowing, did I make a good decision here? Like, am I gonna follow through with my free time? And I mean, yeah, I have wasted some time. I randomly picked up crocheting.
Wait,
But yeah,
wait.
just
Do you
overall
have any crochets? Do you have any like
oh yeah,
completed
so
products
many.
with you?
Oh
Show
my gosh,
us.
yeah, like so many. Axolotl,
God,
dinosaur, this Pikachu, and like a bunch more stuff that's lying around. If you could see my floor, it's just littered with yarn and random stuff. Yeah, so I've been making these little animals. I've made hats and stuff.
see
Yeah.
that's the thing that happened with me as well. So I went, I guess full time. I think it's been about 6 months now, and I kind of felt like there was a transition period where I went from like, all right, like I'm a full time employee and I do Twitch slash content creation part time,
Mhm.
and then like making that transition was just like I had to kind of sit with myself for a bit and really be like, all right, like
Mm.
what am I actually going to do here? Like how do I avoid wasting time? And I feel like the first like 2 to 3 months was me wasting a lot of time.
Oh my gosh, same. I
But
guess it
Vivian, you're
kind
gonna
of
be a glow up arc. You get it like the next 3 months for you gonna be like bam, mega productive.
Yeah, oh my god, I'm getting there. I was talking to my therapist about it, and then she was just saying that building any sort of habits, it takes time. It's like losing weight or going to the gym, like, it's gonna be a while before you see the results.
And especially coming from like full-time work and then transitioning to like a job where you don't have a boss, like, and you don't report to anyone but yourself. Like,
Mhm. Time to parent myself.
what would you say to yourself then if you're going to parent yourself then?
Um, I've been telling myself that self-discipline is the same as self-love. So, for certain things that I don't want to do, but I know it's good for me, I have to tell myself that the reason why you're doing this is because you're taking care of yourself. You love yourself. You want yourself to be better.
Damn, I didn't start up this podcast expecting to hear such truth bombs, but whoa, damn,
That
hitting me
wasn't
here.
original. I watched that in a YouTube video. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, it definitely resonates with me too, because
Mhm.
just yeah, if I look back on the last 6 months, it's like it's taken me a long time to find. And I think I might have sent this to you in the DM that we had like back and forth. Like it took me so much time to figure out, like, all right, like this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to
Mhm.
focus on. This is going to be my like rhythm, like how I'm going to work. Because man, those games are distracting. This my Switch is sitting over here. I could work on content, or I could play Fire Emblem. So
Yeah, same here. I don't game, but like I said, all my other random hobbies end up taking my time. Like I procrastinate bigger things by doing all the smaller things. So actually, it was so nice to hear from you. Like all the and you even provided like links and you wrote out so much. Like I really, really appreciated that.
I think that like the scariest thing about what we're doing is there's no like, well,
Right
there is a
answer.
community, but there's no like, well, there's no right answer, but there's also actually that kind of ties into what I was going to say. There's no like predetermined, like there's no path like set out like
Mhm.
this and this.
Yeah.
You are going to have success, but it's like kind of you have to just make it up as you go,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
that for me was terrifying.
Same.
And this
Actually, I
is kind
still
of
don't know what
why.
I'm doing.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I still don't exactly know what I'm doing. Like, do I want to be a musician? Do I want to just be a Twitch streamer? Do I want to do a lot of YouTube? And yeah, I still want to take your advice of not being all or nothing and doing both. You know, like posting. Maybe for me, I can post on YouTube like once a month because I don't know. I need to ramp up.
I
But you
don't
gave
like
really good advice.
the thing is like don't start too hectic. So when I first started doing
Mm-hmm.
YouTube on Twitch, I was trying to do like 2 covers a week,
Mm-hmm.
which just I was so tired.
But you did it.
I,
Did
was-
you do it?
I did it for like a month, and then I'm like, nah, this is too much. So like basically just stick to whatever you set yourself out to. Like so, like if you say like once a month, cool, just once a month. Ramp up from there, see how you go.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm trying to be nice to myself. Before, I would have, like, a list of things to do, and I would try to, like, schedule them for myself, but it'd be way too much. I'd underestimate how much time it takes, and then I end up doing nothing, and I just feel like crap because I missed all of my own self-imposed deadlines.
Is that something that you implemented as you started going like spending more time with the Twitch side of things and the content creation?
Yeah, I'm trying to have a schedule for myself, like, be my own boss, you know, and my own employee. And I use Notion. I created this like Kanban board for myself. So every day of the week, I can throw in these cards for things I want to do, and then I can easily move them around as well. So yeah, you're in my Kanban board for today. Yes. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, maybe. But it basically is just a board of cards, like columns with cards in them, and you can label them with tags and things like that to try to stay organized.
I started off doing that. So I also have Notion. Notion's fantastic. I
Oh
started
yeah,
off having
your
a
sponsor us,
Notion.
please.
Give me a free subscription, please, so I
Oh
can talk
yeah.
about what it is all the time, and also not have to pay for it, please. Yeah. I moved away from like really rigid structure to like, okay, this is kind of what I want to do this week, and I'm gonna try and find the time sometime during the week to try and do
Mhm.
it.
Okay. Yeah, whatever works for you.
Absolutely. Um, I'm also really keen to hear, I guess, your music. So we're gonna go away from Twitch a little bit and
Yep.
go to. I think you said you started playing piano when you were 5.
Mhm. I didn't have a choice. So, yeah, as a lot of Asian parents do, they decide that their kid is gonna play piano. Yeah, my parents just brought home a piano. They're like, "You're gonna start learning this." And honestly, I mean, I did really, really enjoy it from probably like age 5 to, let's say, 11. And then I probably discovered video games and
Mm.
MapleStory. And
Oh, man.
then,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I never played MapleStory, but I was a big fan of RuneScape, which I imagine was a really similar time
Mm.
sink back in the
Oh my
day.
god, I played RuneScape too. Yeah, and then like it gets really intense. I did RCM, which is like the Canadian official repertoire for advancing in piano. And at some point, like you have to do all the technical like scales, chords, that part of it. And then oh my god, harmony and like history lessons. And you have to practice 2 hours a day. So in high school, I didn't really have a social life very much. And definitely at that point, like I was hating my life, but my parents said that I had to go through until level 10, which is the highest level before you do your performers or your teacher's exam to get certification or whatever. And so I did complete level 10, and I'm really glad I did. Like, thank you parents for being hard on me, I guess. Mixed feelings about it.
See,
But
it's
yeah, right
funny
now
because if I look back to when I was going through piano, is like 8 to 13 was like I think I got up to grade 2 or 3, and I'm like, this is not cool. I want to play guitar.
okay.
Guitar is the way to go. But yeah, I look back, same as you. Like I could not thank my parents enough for forcing me to do it because it's helped a lot.
Yeah, and it's not cheap either. So I'm glad that my parents had it as their like personal value that they wanted me and my brother to play piano.
They basically brought home a piano at the same time. It's just like, hey, you guys are learning piano now. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yep. And also it's a bragging thing for parents. So when you switched to guitar, your parents were supportive?
Say again, sorry.
When you wanted to switch to guitar, your parents were supportive?
It was less of being supportive and more of like, okay, if you don't want to do piano, you have to do some sort of instrument. So if
Mm.
it's not piano, then it can be guitar, I guess.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
So I
Cool.
guess I guess in a way that it was kind of supportive, maybe. But yeah, they did let me. Were you singing throughout most of I guess this time?
Yeah, but casually. Believe it or not, I've never had a professional like vocal lesson ever, but my I guess my parents were just always fond of music. So when I was 3 years old, like in the 90s, my parents had this like old school vinyl karaoke machine. They had vinyls of karaoke discs and they had mics. And so I would sing. Oh my gosh. Yes. When I was 3, I would sing and I would also watch they had videos of this Asian singer celebrity lady, and I would be like, "I wanna dress up like her." So my parents would put me in these, like, little dresses, and I would sing, and then when the singer would change her outfit, I would also ask to change my outfit, and there's still a VHS of me doing this. One day I shall reveal it to the world. And
Wait, you
then
haven't? As if you didn't have that as a tier on your subathon.
oh, I don't think I had it at the time. but I got my parents to send it to me, so now I have it. Next subathon. Anyway, so I was singing just, casually for fun as a kid, and then I joined school choir in elementary school. I joined my church choir, and I've just been singing for fun, like on my own. I hear a song and then I'm not afraid to practice it in the shower or whatever. And I taught myself guitar in grade 9 because in high school I had to take friggin' calculus and AP and stuff, and my friends were in guitar class and I couldn't take it. So I had FOMO. But my parents took me to the music store and they let me buy, I think I bought with my own money, my own first guitar. And I started learning it. And I have a recording of me at the start. It sounded terrible. And but I just really liked it, and I was proud of myself for learning chords on my own, and I kept it going until now, and it's been like 10 years of practice, and that's why I'm this good because of the practice. Yeah.
Yeah, people think it happens overnight, but like you really look at how much work actually goes into an
Mm,
instrument and singing. Like it's still
yeah.
kind of blowing my mind that you have a wonderful voice, and the fact you haven't taken lessons is also kind of blowing my mind a little bit. I've had like 5 years of singing lessons,
Okay, cool. I mean,
and
I watch
you
YouTube
sing lessons
for my
online as
lessons, I
well.
guess.
Oh, you
Hmm?
watch YouTube?
Yeah, like when I wanted to learn how to do runs, I looked up a
Yeah,
YouTube video on a vocal exercise for getting better at runs. And then, oh my gosh, do you know Yuzu? You know Yuzu music?
I
We were
Yuzu
talking.
has such a crazy voice.
He's like the best at runs,
Oh
and
yeah.
we talked about it, and he like did it very systematically, where he would do this vocal exercise on every note, like every scale, and he would just practice that to get good at his runs.
Wait, what? Because I don't do runs because I've just accepted that it's not part of my vocal repertoire. But
Oh,
tell me about this magical exercise. Tell me more. I'm curious to hear.
okay. I don't know what exactly it is, but you know how you have warm up exercises like.
Yeah.
Okay, turn on my key. Oh my gosh, it's on. Is it on? Let's say like that.
Yeah.
So it's something fancier, like more jazzy or
Ah.
whatever. And you do that like for every note going up and down.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back in 3 months, Viv, and I'll be like, look at my run now.
Yeah, just practice. Something like wait, the one that I do is like ooh, and then you go up. Ooh, you get the point.
Oh, I do know that one. Yes.
But yeah, I really believe that no one is born with like natural. Well, maybe some people are better at the start, but I think it can be learned. Like if you really want to, you can practice. Your voice can do it, I'm sure, with
100%.
practice.
And it's like I don't think a lot of people realize like how much actually goes into singing. Like the all the things that
Mhm.
you're thinking of at once and trying to do it all at once is kind of crazy sometimes.
Mhm. Yep, a lot of practice, and for me, even though I didn't have lessons, I would just mimic artists that I liked. I would
Mm.
listen to them and then try to mimic them, and then gradually you get better and better at it.
So then you turn. I imagine you came on Twitch in the middle of COVID, right?
Yep, mid 2021.
How did you find out about Twitch music? Because it was it for me, it was like a thing that was like a huge discovery. I'm like, oh my god, there's music on Twitch. This is crazy.
Yeah, so like I said, it was my friends. My friends were
Yeah,
like, "Oh, you should do YouTube or Twitch." And then I that's how I found out about music on Twitch. And same as you, I didn't really use Twitch even, but when I
yeah.
did, I would just watch like League of Legends or Overwatch or something. So, yeah, I discovered music and I discovered how wholesome it is compared to the rest of Twitch. And I'm glad that Twitch is, I think, trying to grow music more.
I mean, I look at the amount of attention that I guess a lot of music streamers get. It kind of seems
Mhm.
that people are really going the way of music on Twitch, right?
Yeah, I hope so. It's a really nice place on the internet.
It really surprised me, and I think that's kind of why I'm so pushy for like musicians. Like, give Twitch a go because you'll come on, and there are probably some of the most kindest people I've ever seen on the internet,
hmm
and I just didn't think that would
Yeah,
be
and
the
you
case.
get serenaded live.
What kind of gear did you have when you first started compared to now? What was like day one Viv like versus day 2 years in the future?
There's definitely a clip that I can maybe find you for after this. I had a Yeti mic, which is actually not bad, not bad. And then I had like Beats headphones I plugged into the Yeti mic, and I had my guitar. I didn't even have my keyboard. I got my keyboard because of my stream, and I just went on Facebook Marketplace and got a really cheap one.
It's like that. The thing that I'm loving about, I guess, your journey is a lot of the musicians I speak to came from this background of like, they did gigs all the time. They
Mm,
have performance, like they have all the stuff already. They just like it was really easy to come on Twitch. But like for you and me, like I didn't have any kind of background. I kind of learned guitar and piano during high school, and I kind of just hopped on
mhm,
there and gave it a go, and
mhm.
went the way it did.
Yeah, there's so many backgrounds of people on Twitch. It's really
Yeah.
cool, and I'm glad that we talked and we're in the same boat.
Sad. Like it's just really funny hearing your story because it just sounds really similar to mine. A few differences here and there, but like
Mhm,
I remember yeah, just the day where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna give this a go full time. Like this,
mhm.
what was that feeling like for you? Because it was kind of hectic for me.
Yeah, same. Hectic, and like I said, honestly, there was some guilt and ruminating on whether I made the right decision. But now, like, I couldn't be happier. I feel really, really blessed that I was able to go part time at my job. Like, not every job lets you do that. And it's also a work from home job. So, like,
Ah,
I
perfect.
can, yeah, just have all my work stuff in one place and switch gears when I want and pursue, like, not just music. I've had a lot of interests. So, I can pursue other things as well, like crocheting, but also other forms of art. I want to try writing blogs. I just want to like work up my confidence to do that because right now I'm not sure if anyone cares what I have to say, but I have a lot of ideas.
Do it.
Just
Just do
want to
it.
follow through. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a message in a week, and I'll be like, "Have you started?"
Oh my gosh. Should we be accountability buddies? Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
What will your blog be about, though?
Um okay, so definitely talk about my Twitch journey, make a post about, who I am, how I came to this place. And I was thinking my first post is going to be about why I procrastinated this post and just talk about my feelings of starting out. And also recently I think I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, inattentive ADHD, and so yeah, I'm gonna talk about that as well.
Well, you wanna
Guilt.
know something funny?
hmm
I just got diagnosed with ADHD.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So many people have it. What the heck? I want to hear about how you found out.
So I live with my partner.
Yeah.
UA is amazing, but it took having someone really close to me kind of point out some things that I was doing.
Oh my gosh! Literally same. That's exactly how I started like researching it because I also live with my partner. And then he said he was 99% sure I have ADHD. And when he first said that to me, I was like, "No, I don't. I don't have like I'm not hyper active and I've never like failed at school." But I realized after I did a bunch of research that I just had the wrong assumptions about it and there's
Yeah,
different types.
yeah.
Okay, you go on.
I'm just kind of sitting here, just kind of remarking how similar our stories are.
We're the same person.
It's like
Same person.
me, but in a probably shorter female, Asian and Canadian form. Yeah, it's actually kind of spooky hearing about this. Yeah. Who. Um, so she was noticing things. My partner Yue was noticing things about, I would walk into a room and I would just be like, I would go in there to do something. 100% had a plan of what to do, but then I would see my cat. My cat's being really cute. I would pat the cat.
I have a cat too.
Stop it. Stop it. And then I would basically just forget what I came in there to do, and then just walk out and go play games. Does that sound
Mhm.
familiar? Does that sound a little bit
Yes,
like?
definitely. That happens to me a lot, especially with my phone because, oh, I'm notorious for having like a billion tabs, emails, notifications. So I'll go to my phone to like do something specific and I'll get so distracted by so many things. But as a result, I've become kind of good at sorting out a bunch of notifications and messages, but it's also bad cuz now I'm kind of bad at replying to people.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm currently taking
Oh, you're on
Dexam.
medication.
I'm on medication. Yes.
Okay, so I haven't been diagnosed because I don't. I guess I'm still kind of coming to terms with it, but I'm pretty sure I have it, especially because I it's genetic, and I'm like so certain that my parents have it, or at least my dad. I think pretty sure. And I don't know if I want medication because I actually was in a long term relationship with someone who took medication, and like sadly for him, there was a lot of side effects, like you couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. So I'm not sure if I need to go there. What has your experience been so far?
Life changing.
Life
Like
changing?
completely
Oh
life.
my
Oh,
gosh. See, like I also don't want to confront the fact that there's something wrong with me now. If there's something that can fix me, do you if you know what I mean?
I like and this is something that I've been doing a lot of thinking about. Like it's been really
Hmm.
hard these past few months, kind of grapple. So I turned 30 a month ago, and
Oh, you
I've
look really
got a baby face.
same.
I grappling with the idea where 20 I've been going 20 to 30 years unmedicated, where I could have been a person who is organized, is proactive,
Hmm. Mhm.
motivated to practice. Like the reason I never practiced like music back in the day because I just couldn't force myself to do it.
Mhm.
And then just like I'm kind of dealing with the loss of a person that could have been,
Oh,
which is
oh my
hard.
goodness.
It's like it's hard. But I also
Yeah.
spoke to someone who has been on medication since he was 13, and he's like, I understand what you're going through right now, but here's the other end where I
Mm.
don't really know what kind of person I am without the medication.
Oh, true. Oh,
So this kind
he's the
of
opposite.
identity,
Yeah.
like he doesn't have any identity, and he just stopped taking the pills so he can actually go and figure out like what kind of person am I.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking I don't know what kind of person I would be on. I mean, be like on the medication. So yeah, I have done it before because I had a few pills one day, like from that relationship I was in, and it worked extremely well on me. Like I felt so clear. I was doing comp sci homework, and it was
Yeah,
so freaking clear, and I banged that out. But
yeah.
then food didn't taste good. And then since I took 2 pills because I thought that, one wasn't working on me, so I ended up all-nightering, and I didn't even feel tired the next day, which I don't think is a good thing, and I was just, like, crawling into, like, deep internet rabbit holes reading random stuff the entire night. So, yeah, you probably
So
experienced the
something
night
completely
owl.
different, but like what
Mhm.
what I found, like these are 100% valid concerns, but what I found is like I've got a really great doctor who kind of works with me to kind of figure out my
Yeah.
best dosage.
Dosage.
Um,
Yeah.
like I am more organized. Like
Mhm.
honestly, like this probably wouldn't have happened. Like you and I talking today probably wouldn't have happened unless I was medicated because like
Oh my gosh.
like so much stuff. Um, and I'm kind of juggling like a bunch of different things that I wouldn't be able to do, and I'm
Mm.
sticking to a schedule that I've set for myself. Um, Even with music, Viv, it's crazy because actually, before I tell you this, I'm curious to hear what when you're playing guitar and singing, what are you focusing on?
Mhm.
What's kind of going through your brain right now?
Oh, depends. Depends on how well I know the song. If it's a song that I know really well, then I'm just focusing on the feeling and doing the best that I can. And I do focus on lyrics when I'm singing. I usually like songs only if I also like the lyrics.
Yeah.
Mm, but yeah, it depends. Like some songs I need to really concentrate on the guitar tab, like if it's
Yeah.
like a picking kind of song. Because I don't think I'm a great guitar player or anything. So certain songs I do need
Oh,
a lot of
stop it.
practice before I can stop thinking about like the actual like playing it and more feeling it. Yeah.
So for me, I
Did I
was
answer the
only
question?
able to focus on. Oh, I think are we having internet issues again? No. Are we back?
I'm I'm good.
Are you good? Okay.
What's that?
um, I was only really able to focus on like what was happening in any given time. So like, let's say I'm looking at a chord sheet.
Mm. Yeah.
I can only focus on I guess the lyrics and the chords for that particular line. And when I'm trying to
Mhm.
think of like, all right, I want to direct my attention towards having good breath support and like really getting quiet for this moment because I want to put a bit of emotion in there. And then, I want to do some like fancy strumming stuff. Like it just,
Mhm.
my brain can compute multiple channels, multiple, I guess I kind of think of it as like a CPU. Like me on
Mm.
medication has just gone from a, like, I don't know, 4 core to an 8 core. Like I have more things, more channels to direct my attention to, and I can focus
You're
on more things
kidding.
at once. Yeah.
Okay, I never really thought of that as an ADHD thing, but I definitely I do think I can relate to what you described. And sometimes if I like accidentally direct myself to reading chat, I'll like lose my place completely in the song.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh. Okay, but I wanted to ask you, so I read about, the positive aspects of having ADHD, like being creative and having like certain impulses that may be creative. And I don't want to lose those things. And do you feel like you have?
No, not,
No,
not
not at
even,
all.
not at all.
What the heck? Oh
Um,
my god.
but like it's kind of it's really interesting because of how you and I view creativity.
Mhm.
Like how I used to think of, and like what you've said was 100% a concern I had going into all of this.
Mhm.
But what I thought creativity was just this random thing that kind of came to me,
Mhm.
and I kind of viewed it as like, oh, this is kind of just how my brain works. Like,
Yeah.
but now I'm actually able to sit down and be like, okay, like now is the time that I want to be creative, and I can sit down and actually work at stuff rather than just waiting for it to come to me.
What? Oh my gosh. What the heck? Ah, this is blowing
Wait.
my
So
mind.
do you have a so there's a big thing of ADHD folks called hyperfocus. So you just hyper focus
Yeah.
on.
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
can't do anything unless I'm hyper focused. But the problem is that it's like very all or nothing. So when I am hyper focused, I can't like I stop thinking about eating and like basic things like that, and I get really bothered if I if my attention needs to be pulled away for something else, because I know it's really difficult for me to get in that zone. So getting back into it is a whole freaking thing.
So I'm not going to say that this is going to happen straight away, but what I
Yeah.
now have is the ability to choose when that happens.
Okay.
So I can
Ah,
say, cool, like
that sounds
I
amazing.
now going to go do the dishes. There's
Mhm.
no great wall of awful stopping me from doing the dishes, but I can now actually
Mhm.
like brain time dishes. Let's go. And it just
Okay. Okay, I can't believe this interview is like kind of life changing right now. I'm gonna talk to you more about this for sure.
of course, 100%. Like
Yeah.
it's a process. Like I'm not sure how it's like in Canada, but like it was a long time. Like it took me 9 months to actually get an official diagnosis,
Oh,
and
yeah,
there was
yeah.
this whole period of where I was like doubting, like, oh, maybe I'm just being, maybe I am really lazy or just unclean.
Same. Oh my gosh, I've had these exact thoughts. Ugh.
Real, and like the amount of like self doubt that I had leading up to my psychiatrist appointment, where he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't even know why you and I are talking. Like, your GP is like written a whole thing. Like, I don't even need to like talk to you for long. Like, you've got ADHD." I'm like, that's great. Thank you, Doctor Psychiatrist
Okay.
man.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll okay. Now that I've heard your story, I'm gonna try getting diagnosed. It's just I also heard from some other people where it took them 4 years to get officially diagnosed. Like what? But they said it was because of COVID and they were in the UK. I guess I don't know, something's wrong with the UK people.
I mean, like UK, I don't know too much about the UK health system, but I
Yeah,
have heard
me
that it's
neither.
a bit of a struggle at the moment to get appointments
Mm.
generally. Again, I don't know how the healthcare system is in Canada, but like try and find a doctor who specializes in ADHD, like because as an adult trying to get diagnosed is like you get looked at like, oh, you just want stimulants, right? Like, no,
Mm-hmm.
there's actually something wrong with my brain. Like, please give me the thing that will help it
Can't. Hmm. Maybe it'd be better to ask, but I'm just curious. I mean, ask offline, but I'm curious. Like, do you take it every day now?
every day, every day.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Because like
And
think about it
what
from the
about like
perspective of
eating?
go ahead, eating.
What about eating and sleeping? Your dosage
I
is
didn't have any
pretty good.
issues with it either.
Really? Doesn't it taste way more bland?
No,
The food? Really? What the heck?
I
Okay.
found like I was experiencing new layers to the food I was eating that I didn't notice before.
What? You're kidding me. What?
Like this is so weird. Like
Yeah.
I love spicy food, but then when like after so wait, let's step back a bit. So I when you first start taking the medication, you tend to experience a lot of side effects.
Mhm.
Because I take it every day. Like I'm giving my body a chance to, I guess, adjust to the side of. I never had problems sleeping, but I did have
Mhm.
issues with my appetite. Just like I just didn't want to eat. But
Mhm.
that went away. And then when I started to like really get used to my medication, like I started just to notice things about food that I didn't before. I felt like there was like whole new things that I was noticing that I just didn't before, or I didn't care to before. I don't know. Maybe it was always there. I just didn't pay attention to it. But
Interesting. I've never heard that before.
and when I'm having conversations with people, like this is the thing that's kind of helped me start this whole thing is like me talking to you, I wouldn't be present. I would be my
Mhm.
brain would be just over I don't know somewhere else in the cosmos. But like
Oh my goodness, same.
I'm now present here. Like I'm really enjoying our conversation. Um,
Me too. I've actually been I guess I've been hyper focused because my mind hasn't really drifted too much except for like thinking of questions I want to ask you. But yes, my partner, yeah, he said that whenever he's talking to me about his work or like wow or something, I'm not there. He knows I'm not there even if I can try to pretend that, I'm listening, I care. Um, and there's this other thing where I'm always thinking stuff, even if I'm not. Even if it looks like I'm doing nothing.
Yeah.
So one of my struggles is if someone starts talking to me, I can't immediately turn to them because I'm actually thinking like something that's important to me, and then it,
Ah,
it sounds like I just ignored them, or it seems to them like I ignored them, but really I just couldn't redirect that quickly. Or I didn't want to redirect that quickly because I was finding my own thought interesting. That sounds kind of narcissistic.
I honestly like we'll definitely talk about this offline, but I think that for you it's gonna be life changing. And like worst case scenario is you take it, you don't like how it feels, you try a bunch of other medication, maybe it doesn't work out for you. You just stop taking it and you go back to how you are. Like there's no like long term effects. Like there the my doctor was like, hey, just go. Just give it a go. You can just stop taking it. There's no harm
Mhm.
in trying.
I think my ADHD brain is already just dreading the long process of getting diagnosed and then fixing my dosage to whatever's right for me.
It is a process, but like I think once you get a taste of what life is like on the other end, where you can actually be organized and you can like have things that you want to do. Like I have lost a lot of joy from playing video games over the last maybe 5 years. I
Mhm.
I enjoy doing things again. It's crazy. It's blowing
Okay.
my mind.
Okay, long road ahead, but thanks for putting me on it, Aiden.
It's okay. Um, I'm definitely gonna talk about this with you more offline, but I
Okay.
wanna I wanna go back to music.
Yeah, yeah, we got sidetracked.
We got a little sidetracked, just a little bit. I think it was a good
Just
sidetrack though.
mhm.
I'm really curious to hear about TwitchCon and what your experience like was with that.
Oh, okay. So, it was very overwhelming. Not in a good or bad way, just, like, so much happening in a short amount of time, and you feel like you need to do all these things, but you have to choose one thing to do and one set of group of people to meet and spend time with. So, I mean, I'm very happy to have met all the people that I did. I was really inspired. I was even invited to, like, some off uh, outside of the conventions, people had organized a recording session, and I was invited, so I got to jam with some, like, really great musicians. That was super cool. And then, well, as for the TwitchCon itself, it's still mostly gaming oriented. So like the actual expo floor was all gaming stuff. There was the Twitch Rivals arena. I didn't really spend that much time there. I did try to go do these workshops that they had for there was one for partners where you could ask the staff certain questions that you have, and there were some about like building community and trying to make money, things like that. And then there's a partner lounge, which was kind of anticlimactic. And there was the music. We had a little music corner that was really chill with like bean bags that people could lie on. And there were people at the desk for you to go to with your stream. Like you show them your stream setup, and then they can tell you like how to rejig it or make it better. And
Oh,
then
that's so cool.
yeah, that was helpful. That was helpful. But I think that most music streamers didn't really spend time there. I think we were all mostly at there was a stage outside, and so most musicians would just hang out there and watch their friends perform. And I found out that you can, like, any Twitch musician can apply to perform at TwitchCon. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so
Um,
if we wanted to, we could apply and potentially get chosen.
I
It's a
I will do it. I want to come to TwitchCon either this year or the next. Like
okay. If I go, we should definitely meet up. Yes.
I'd be like, how's your blog post going? You can
Oh
be
my
like,
gosh,
yes.
the Flatfest. Okay.
I have the
So
memory
much
of an
to do.
elephant, Viv. I'm never gonna forget.
Okay, I will write it up, even if I just send it to you, and you can help me read it. Since we're the same person, I trust you now.
Really, just two human beings, just oddly similar. Um, I heard from folks at TwitchCon that a lot of the fun stuff was just happening outside of the event. Like it's all the extra stuff
Oh,
that you're organizing.
yeah, 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 yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I didn't really get invited to parties, but I went clubbing. And like I said, the recording session that was outside of TwitchCon, that was really inspiring.
Who did you play with?
Um, Music is Code, P-Leaf, TJ Brown, and Yeju was there too, but I didn't jam with her. But I met her at TwitchCon, and we spent like a whole day together because we're actually
Oh,
we're also quite similar. Yeah, she's so sweet.
So are you telling me that if I call up Yeju, is this going to be the same? Like, oh, we're just oddly similar people now. Is this the kind of person that
Yeah,
streams music
maybe.
online?
Yeah, oh my gosh, I think she'd be down to talk to you as well. And yeah, we both crochet. We're the same MBTI type if you are into that that stuff.
Wait. What are you?
Oh, you're into it? Oh my gosh. Usually I ask people to guess. And I would want to guess you too.
I would guess ENFP.
Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay, so I'm actually introverted, and everyone thinks I'm a P. Maybe that's like the ADHD, but no, I'm an INFJ.
So the reason why
And
I say
Yeju
that
is
is because
too.
I'm ENFP. Sorry, yeah, I'm an ENFP, and then
Oh,
I I would say that ENFPs are kind of like both, like introverted and extroverted.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because I'm
yeah,
not,
yeah.
I wouldn't
Apparently,
call myself an extrovert at all.
yeah. Apparently, ENFPs are the most introverted extroverts. Oh my god, okay, that makes a lot of sense that we vibe really well because ENFPs and INFPs are like sorry, this is getting a little technical or like voodoo or whatever, but mirror we mirror each other in terms of our cognitive functions, if you know anything about that. And yeah, we basically just have a lot in common and we vibe well. Yeah. We think similarly.
And we both have ADHD. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I do. You might potentially do.
Yeah. Mm, interesting. Yeah, my partner is ENFP.
Ah, I can't. I
Mhm.
actually. I don't think I've ever asked my partner what she is. Um,
Mm.
report back. We Viv, we are coming up to the end of our hour together, and
Oh,
I always like
okay.
to spend the last little bit hearing about, I guess, who influences you, whether it's a Twitch streamer, whether it's a musician, like how have you like what have you basically kind of brought in to your stream and your music that kind of makes you the musician you are today?
Mm. So many people. Well, definitely other Twitch musicians like yourself that I've talked to that have the different backgrounds and like at first I was thinking I'm not built for this. I'm not extroverted enough, but I've talked to a lot of introverted people and it's inspiring that like we can all do our best and people still enjoy it. Like we have our own little niches. And of course, different artists like should I start naming people? Oh my god, whenever I have to like actually start
Name some people. Do it. Who inspires
okay,
you? Tell me.
I like Tori Kelly was like the first concert I ever went to. She's an amazing vocalist and just a really wholesome person. Charlie Burke, because I think he's an indie musician and I love his music if you know him. Oh my gosh. And Said the Whale is a local Vancouver band that I've like oh my gosh, I'm cheap, so they always have these free community concerts and I would go to all of them like since I was in high school. And one time I was doing an internship and they even played at my company party and they left their set list at on stage and then I like ran up and snatched it. Yeah, they're inspiring to me and who else? Oh, I don't know, just a lot of people. Also like mainstream people. Taylor Swift. I like her.
Got always inspired by the T Swizzle.
Yeah. Who else? Oh, whenever I have to name people, like they just my brain goes blank. But there's so many.
And Is there anything in particular that you're working on, or anything you want to shout out?
Mm. Well, like I mentioned, I want to do the EP, so recording and definitely writing more songs. Like I've written three, four-ish songs, and I want to write more. And I want to start blog posts, like I mentioned, also. So probably posting those on Patreon, and I'll be hmm. One of my life goals is to live somewhere else other than Vancouver, where I was born and raised. So I just think that's like a really valuable life experience. So I want to move to Japan for a year on a
Japan?
one
What?
year working holiday visa. So I'm planning for that to be like the end of this year ish. So I'm thinking of transitioning my stream from being a solely music stream to more of like an IRL traveling kind of stream. So if you're watching this and you'd be down for that, then please follow follow me along on my life journey, I guess. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not totally sure if it's my dream to become a musician, but I want to pursue a lot of different interests while I have the time and just freedom and flexibility.
That's amazing. I am so I'll be there in the background being like, damn, this is
Thank
so cool.
you.
I've wanted to live in Japan as well. So yeah, the fact you're actually doing it, so it's locked in, like you're definitely doing it.
Yes. It's my life. It's like my one bucket list thing, pretty much. Before I'm 30, I gotta go. The visa only works for up until you're 30.
Oh no! Oh, I'm
Yeah.
too old. Oh,
Oh. Wait, some countries let you do it if you're up to 31. So maybe you gotta do research. Also, I don't know if it's the same for Australia, but for Canada, we have this special visa with like a bunch of other countries, Commonwealth related countries. So maybe Australia has it too. Just do some research. I mean, worst case scenario, you just live somewhere for 3 months instead of a whole year. And that would still be
it's such a
a great
process to
experience.
move. Oh, it would for sure. Yeah, 100%. So you can catch It's Tanuki on Twitch. How often do you stream?
I have a new schedule Monday nights and Thursday nights around like 8 p.m. PST. And I also do like random wildcard streams. ADHD thing.
Thank you so much for coming on. You're
Thank you
amazing.
so much. Dude, we covered like everything that I could have wanted to talk about. This is amazing. Thank you so much for putting this together.
I honestly wait. Hang on. Let me just end the recording. There we go.